Long before anxiety had a name, the Buddha saw the hidden chain that binds the human mind to suffering. He called it dependent origination, the quiet process by which thought becomes habit, habit becomes identity, and identity becomes suffering. In this teaching lies freedom, not through belief, but through understanding how suffering begins and how it ends.
The Buddha's greatest insight, Enpu, dependent origination and the path to freedom.
The Buddha discovered that nothing exists alone. Everything arises because something else allows it.
This truth is called dependent origination, Tarai. When this exists, that comes to be.
So suffering does not appear by accident?
When ignorance is present, the wheel turns. When ignorance ends, the wheel stops.
Freedom is not escape. Freedom is seeing the chain clearly. Then wisdom begins with understanding causes.
Yes. When causes change, effects change. This is the doorway to liberation.
Nothing is fixed. That is why change is possible. This insight ended the Buddha's suffering, and it can end ours. Dependent origination is a chain of causes. When this exists, that arises. When this fades, that fades. First link is ignorance, not stupidity, but not seeing clearly. When we don't see impermanence, we cling. And that blindness quietly starts the whole turning of suffering. From ignorance comes formations, habits of thought, speech, and action. These are the grooves we fall into.
What you repeat becomes your reflex, and the chain grows strong.
From formations comes consciousness, this knowing that lands on an object. It's like a lamp that turns toward whatever is placed before it, and the world appears with that turning.
If consciousness is just knowing, why does it feel like me? Why do I experience it as a self who owns the thoughts and fears?
Because consciousness joins with name and form, mind and body organizing experience, labels, stories, sensations. Together they create a person sense. It's not wrong, it's just constructed. From name and form come the 6 sense bases: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. They're doors. Through these doors, the world keeps entering, moment after moment.
When a sense door meets an object, contact happens. From contact comes feeling, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral.
This is where the chain becomes intimate, right inside your nerves. And dull the neutral. Craving is not evil. It's just the old habit of grasping. If you can see craving at the moment it sparks, you weaken the next links.
Dependent origination begins with ignorance, not stupidity, but forgetting how experience truly arises. From ignorance arise mental formations, habits of thought that shape how the world appears to us.
These formations condition consciousness, the lens through which life is known.
Consciousness gives rise to name and form, the va, mind and body appearing as a solid self.
From name and form arise the 6 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mind.
When senses meet objects, contact occurs paramount, and experience begins to feel personal.
Contact gives rise to feeling, ahagang, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Feeling conditions craving, the wish to hold, resist, or escape. Craving hardens into clinging, the sense of this is me and this is mine.
And from clinging, suffering unfolds honed, unless awareness gently interrupts the chain.
Dependent origination shows us this truth. When conditions change, suffering loosens. Freedom is not elsewhere.
When ignorance fades, craving weakens. When craving weakens, clinging dissolves. This is the Buddha's path to release. The Buddha did not ask us to believe. He asked us to see clearly how suffering is constructed. So freedom comes not from changing the world, but from understanding the causes within the mind. Yes, when causes are understood, the chain no longer binds. Wisdom interrupts suffering. This is why the Buddha said, whoever sees dependent origination sees the dharma. When this is understood deeply, fear softens, grasping loosens, and peace becomes possible.
May understanding arise, and with it, freedom.
If this teaching speaks to you, continue walking this path with us. Subscribe and follow the link in the description to explore more teachings of the Buddha.